Yeah, Jeff, right now we are in Clinton Township. As you can see, the road closed. You just mentioned that. This road is closed at all intersections going through this area. We are at County Road 16 and C. It has been so much fun. I was outside the gates earlier around 4 or 5 o'clock. Around noon, I was inside Frickers. I've now made it inside the game. So if you're headed here, I know it's a little bit late in the game, but we are in the outfield area. Obviously, lots of people dancing. Hey, it is a good day out here. I have talked to fans all day. Yeah, that's right, Melissa. This concert was already planned in the books, although it did get a little bit iffy with that tornado taking out the power for most of the people in the point. Now, when I talked to these people, they had said as long as the power was on, everything was good. But I want to show you this scene right here. I'm going to have my photographer, Jake, zoom out. This is Detweiler Park, where there are trees and debris from that tornado damage just piled right here. You almost can't even comprehend how big this is. I am tiny compared to this pile, but it is too dark to really see the scope of it. But back to that concert being held at Friendship Park, everyone says they were excited to be able to take that cleanup and decompress for a couple of hours.
Mayfly season reporter Caylee Kirby joins us live. And Caylee, by now this is your favorite time of year.
Look at that behind you.
Oh yeah. If we're talking about summer-like weather and the seasons, yes, definitely my favorite time of year. But mayflies, you see that? Absolutely not. No way. But I'm out here. It's peak mayfly season, so I decided to see how things are going.
The season is upon us, and I'm not talking about summer. It's mayfly season.
Well, mayflies are an annual visitor to our area.
A visitor that not many people welcome.
They're covering the mailbox, you can't open the door, you can't open the garage, you can't open anything.
Thankfully, these house guests aren't the ones that bite or sting.
There's nothing you can do about them, they're just a nuisance.
And the experts say there's different types of mayflies based on what part of the country you're in. But the ones near Lake Erie are unique.
They're bigger than other kinds of mayflies, and it's just the right conditions for them. There's plenty of oxygen at the bottom, which is important, and plenty of food for them.
They do have one redeeming quality. A big swarm means a healthy lake, and neighbors say this year is one of the worst.
Hundreds and hundreds. And down by where I keep my boat at, there's probably hundreds of thousands of them right now.
Oh, wow. Wow. No, we wouldn't even guess that because you would do the garage, the driveway, the door, the front door, the back. Yes. No, you wouldn't guess.
So why such a big amount this year? Experts say there's one main reason.
Depending especially on the wind. If the wind is coming, like right now, you notice the wind is coming from off of the lake. So when the wind is blowing towards the land, that'll blow mayflies towards us.
Everyone has their horror stories, but to live near the lake, they say it's a price they're willing to pay.
I'll deal with the mayflies. I like the area. I'll deal with the mayflies. Besides turning, I'll deal with the mayflies. But yes, they are. I just was attacked going to the mailbox.
All right, so I got to tell you, I'm really trying to keep my cool because I've had about 5 mayflies land on me during this live shot. Thankfully, the only thing keeping me sane right now is the fact that they have a very short life cycle. Again, if you are someone who lives in this area, obviously turn off your lights, which we're not doing right now, and make sure you have a blower to get rid of them as quickly as you can. If you want any information on the life cycle of a mayfly, we've got that posted right now on WTOL.com. Reporting live in the Point, Caylee Kirby, WTOL 11.
Yeah, Jeff, this is an annual event, and it's really a way for officers across the country and in cities right here like Toledo to be more visible in their community. Usually you see them right here at the safety building in downtown Toledo, but they switched up their location a little bit. They spent a few hours over at the Frederick Douglass Center, joining hands with the community, helping building a connection, showing that they're just like us. Not only that, they're showing off their skills, showing that they can throw a football and play 3-on-3 with the kids.
My dad lives down the street. My grandmother used to live down the street. This is my community. This is where I'm from.
A community-focused approach is part of a new push under Police Chief Mike Trenley.
We get to know people for who they are, and they get to know us for who we are. We're not just officers. We're actually human beings, and they are too. Getting
officers out in more neighborhoods like this is a way to get people to feel more comfortable around law enforcement.
I love how they showing them all the tricks and stuff, going inside, seeing things, trying on things, just enjoying themselves. My kids love it.
The interaction in these types of settings is what officers say will build trust.
Creating reassurance to the community that the police department has their back, and in return, they have our back as well. Creating a better environment, not only for us and for them, and for the next generation to come.
And for many, it's not just seeing the officers, but seeing ones who look like them that will help bridge the gap.
A lot of people have become aware now, and they see that the police are active and trying to be active, stay active with the children in the community to keep them out of trouble.
Now, Jeff, not only does this event help build a stronger partnership between police and the community, they say it helps make our city safer. Reporting live in downtown Toledo, Caylee Kirby, WTOL 11.
I'm going to the University of Toledo for civil engineering.
I'm going to Ohio State to major in education.
Meet Ava Ball and Jewel Horak, the valedictorian and salutatorian at Springfield High School. But let me introduce you to a few more of this year's graduates. Isabella Bolback will be going to PGSU, Eliza Smith at Eastern Michigan, and Kayla Dixon is heading to Kent State.
Are you noticing a theme here? These are the top 10 of the graduating class for Springfield High School. And yes, they're all girls.
It's amazing because you're dealing with talented kids every single day. And so you're so lucky to be in this career. Obviously, every job has some hard days, but every time I get to work with kids like this, it's incredible.
What they've done is a record of sorts. Having an all-female top 10 hasn't happened in more than 2 decades, if ever. But they'll tell you it's just a normal day.
It's pretty awesome when you think about it, but at the end of the day, for all of us, it hasn't, this was our standard. We set ourselves at this standard and we expected it.
They will be the next engineers, accountants, psychologists, and educators. Some of them have plans to double major, and all of them already have college credit, enough to be considered sophomores.
It feels great to have all this free college done. I feel prepared. I feel ready to take on college, and it's really nice. I have 2 other sisters, so my parents have worked really hard to get us all through college.
But the road hasn't been easy. They were freshmen at the height of COVID, dealing with hybrid learning, masks, and everything else in between. They say the teachers and other staff have played a big role in their success.
I want to be somebody like that for somebody else, another kid who is maybe struggling in the school system, maybe is starting to slip through the cracks, doesn't really know how to navigate it.
9 of the top 10 have been at Springfield for their entire education, and the principal says all of them are driven, both in the classroom and outside.
Whether it be on a sport field, on a drama show, whether it be in the band, whether it be NHS or Students in Action, so much leadership. It is just an awesome feeling knowing that these kids are going to take care of us someday as an older generation. The future's in good hands.
Although they are the top 10, it's never been a competition. They're all friends and support each other.
At the end of the day, we'll always bleed blue. We love Springfield, and here that's what matters. We're a community and we're a family.
Reporting in Holland, Caylee Kirby, WTOL 11. Yeah, Melissa, the video that we got from Toledo police was a little bit more than 3 minutes long. That's a body cam video. And in that video, police told the suspect they would be there as long as it needed to, as long as they needed to, for that suspect to put the gun down and to talk to them. But once the suspect pointed the gun at officers, they took action.
Drop it! Drop it! Drop it! The moment our officers step outside their station and get in their car, they immediately have to be prepared for anything to happen.
Like this armed robbery that turned into a chase. Police cornering the suspect, 16-year-old Jamison Turnbull, and trying to de-escalate the situation.
Put it down, buddy. Please put it down, dude.
All you have to do is put the gun down. You're not in that much trouble.
5 of the 8 officers involved are part of the crisis intervention team and have training in these situations, using phrases like "put it down." It doesn't have to be this way. We just want to talk, and this.
All right, you got a long life ahead of you. There's no reason for this to go down this way. All right? You haven't done anything that bad.
And one of those officers is a critical incident negotiation team member who's the main person trying to get Turnbull to put the gun down.
Several of our sergeants carry a foam round, I think it's a 40-millimeter projectile, kind of like a beanbag, but it's made out of a foam, and there is a chance that if we could deploy that, we could knock him off balance and maybe be able to take him into custody.
But the chief says the vehicles with the rounds were too far away.
All you have to do is put the gun down, all right? You're going to go and you're going to probably get released to your parents.
And Turnbull's actions ultimately dictated what they had to do, even after trying to talk him down.
All right, ceasefire.
No officer wants to take any other person's life. They're trained, to preserve life, including their own. The suspect took actions that put their lives in danger and residents.
As we've mentioned, those officers still on paid leave tonight. The chief says those officers are scheduled to have interviews tomorrow about the incident. Reporting live in downtown Toledo, Caylee Kirby, WTOL 11. Now to a story you will only see on WTOL 11 at 11. Every person has a journey, and some of those are harder than others, like Bradley Higgs' story. Despite the tough time, he's been able to turn his life around, and he's hoping his life will inspire the next generation to make change before it's too late. For Bradley Higgs, life has a funny way of showing what success can look like.
This wasn't even part of the plan, actually, right? It wasn't part of the plan.
We first introduced you to him back in 2013, then an ex-convict turned class speaker as he graduated with honors from Owens Community College.
My dad is amazing. He's definitely my role model. Just being his daughter and seeing things from my view, he's definitely had a lot of challenges.
He faced many challenges, from homelessness to spending 7 years behind bars for burglary. Now he's about to walk across another stage, this time getting a master's in social work from the University of Toledo. And he plans to use his life and his education to help young people in our community.
Change starts first with us and within us, right? And so just helping young people understand that. And so, because a lot of times we find that people are lashing out at society, if you will, because of those different things.
He started a nonprofit called Ohio Behavioral Diversion Treatment Center in 2020. He's been working to create programming alongside his daughter, which he believes will help with the violence on the streets.
Just really going to the root of the problem and seeing how we're thinking is like the first things that we want to do. And I feel like that's going to be the biggest part of this program, is really just getting in your head, seeing how we're thinking, seeing how we can change that.
He says coming from a similar background helps him relate and show there's more to life.
Because myself, just like many others, I'm sure, is tired of turning on the news and seeing the different violence, the different things that's happening with guns, the different things that's happening with gangs and drugs.
Higgs says the goal is to make sure people have the tools and resources to solve any issue they are going through. He plans to start introducing this program to the community and city leaders next week after he graduates.